Well, hello YouTube, it's me, Fortmaster, and welcome to, something a little different. This is Malovent. It's a visual novel, a rather short one, because it's still in development. But if you haven't heard of what Malo is before, I would suggest looking it up on, the SCP Wiki. Malo is... Oh god, what's the number? I'm forgetting. It is SCP-1471, and if you don't know what the SCP Foundation is, I mean, at this point, just look it up yourself. I mean, it's been around for years. It's a community-driven, writing project based around the SCP Foundation, which is this extra governmental body that just, it secures, contains, and protects humanity from anomalies, one of which is Malo here. Now, Malo itself, naturally, it's basically an anomalous app that if you download it, it will start sending you pictures of a weird wolf-skulled creature in locations that you frequent, and if you don't delete the app within, 72 hours or something, you'll actually start seeing Malo in, reflective surfaces. But other than that, I think it's rather, as the title, malevolent, I would presume. But one last thing. This video, and I'll probably, put, warnings somewhere else in the video, but I'm fairly certain that this video will not be made for children. How do I know that? Well, yeah, that could be kind of problematic. I'm wondering, should I disable them? If anything pops up, I'll just, blur it out on your end. But yeah, I guess with all that gratuitous amounts of preamble set aside, let's actually start this then, shall we? Waterfall Institute, one of the best universities when it comes to computer science and engineering. The work is rigorous and meant to weed out anyone not committed to or not suited for their degree. Unfortunately for me, that level of academic challenge is kicking me in the ass right at the moment. My name is Henry Hart. I'm a junior at Waterfall Institute, and as of late, I've hit a roadblock. Despite many hours of studying and meeting with my professors, my current classes are kicking me in the butt. The only reason I'm still barely passing is thanks to a classmate of mine, Wei Shiwan. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. To be honest, she's struggling as well, but she at least understands the lectures and homework better than I do. We've been getting together at the campus library every week to brute force our way through all our assignments. The problem is that Shiwan is visiting her family in South Korea this week. Her younger brother, Ji-hee, is getting married. While I wish them the best, this means my prospects for completing this week's homework is grim. It's difficult to coordinate on homework across an ocean and in drastically different time zones. I can imagine. Especially when Shiwan is likely drowning in all the prep work for the wedding. Someone's texting me. Speak of the devil, it's Shiwan. Hey, Henry! I came across this new app during my vacation and immediately thought of you. It's called Malo, should be free on the App Store. Let me know what you think. I'll be back in town and able to chat in a few days. It's not unusual for Shiwan to send me memes and fun apps she finds. What is unusual is how my phone's battery level jumped all over the place. What? It's back to normal now. Must have been a bug of some kind. What was that? I didn't see that. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's definitely odd. Regardless, I might as well check out this Malow app. That's how it spreads. You'll have the SCP Foundation on you in a minute. The app icon is a little ominous. With the stylized O against pure black. The description of the app is interesting. For Henry. Okay, never settle for those awkward feelings of being alone ever again. Malo is an exciting and interactive experience that will keep you engaged and intrigued. The anxiety of social situations can be nerve-wracking, but after just a few hours of Malo, you'll soon forget all about those painful emotions of disappointment. Be part of the new craze that is quickly becoming the next social substitute. Remember, the more you participate, the more Malo will engage you. Your experience is completely up to you. It's weird that the description has my name in it. Yeah, I'd be a little weirded out too. Oh my god, I just realized the rating of the app is M for mature. 100 plus downloads, 5-star but no reviews. And the call out about anxiety hit close to home. Thanks, Shiwan, you really know how to bury the dagger deep. Still, if she recommended it, what harm is there in trying the app out? It's not like the App Store allows malware. Plus, there's supposedly no ads on top of being free. Worst case, it'll just be some ChatGPT knockoff that I can delete later. I hit the install button, set my phone aside as the app downloads, and drag myself out of bed so I can at least get something done today. By the time I return, my phone's done installing Malow. Or so it seems. When I look through my list of app icons and shortcuts, there's nothing new. Maybe the install broke in some way? I navigate back to the App Store and try to look up the Malo app once more. Strangely, there's no longer any results in my search. There we go, the SCP Foundation got to it. That's one of the things, if you've, on the SCP Foundation website, if you've never been, like at the beginning of each SCP, that's what they're called basically, there's like the containment, there's the containment requirements, how to like contain it, and like, and for Malo, that's specifically, like they have like dozens of AI just searching every app store there is to see if Malo pops up and to take it down. Maybe I just so happened to download Malo as it got pulled from the App Store for some reason? I mean, normally I'd say yes, but also it did have your name in the description, and I don't think that's normal. Oh well, I'm out of bed now, might as well attempt to get some homework done. Though without Shiwan around, that's going to be a challenge. After 3 hours of beating my head against the wall, I give up and turn to gaming. Don't we all? I only get an hour in before my phone chimes. Is that Shiwan again? Instead of a text, my phone's showing me a photo of the main food court of Waterton Institute. Oh. There you are. I think that's it right there. Who sent this? Why is my battery level fluctuating again? I'm about to hard reboot my phone when I know something odd about the photo. There, between the pillars, is something out of place. I mean, it's not really between the pillars, it's behind them. If it was between, I'd expect it to be, like, here. Someone is wearing some kind of animalistic skull mask. The elongated snout makes me think of canids like a dog, wolf, or fox. Quick search on my computer makes me think it's meant to be the latter. Can't make out the figure's body from this angle, and with the lighting conditions. It is vaguely humanoid, but beyond that and the mask, I can't pick out any distinguishing features. None of the other people in the photo are giving this weirdo any attention, like you might expect. The one wearing the mask is staring right at the camera too. Either this is some kind of practical joke, or I got this picture by accident. There is no way of seeing who sent the photo, as there isn't the usual messaging app. After trying a few things, my only options are to zoom the photo and to quit out. Naturally, I do the latter. I also note that my battery's display goes back to normal as a result. I tried Googling the battery issue, but can't find anything concrete as to why it might be bouncing all over the place. I also note that the photo has been automatically saved into my phone's gallery. This is how it goes, this is how they get you. Oh well, none of my afternoon classes meet today, so I can focus on relaxing and gaming. After a quick bite to eat, I return to vanquishing orcs and collecting loot. The hours fly by. I'm only pulled out of my game when my phone chimes again. I thought I was hearing things earlier, but there's something off about my notification sound. I pick up my phone expecting to see a text from my family, something from Shiwan, or an email. Instead of any of that, I'm greeted with another mysterious photo. Where are you? Oh, right there in the center, okay. I thought they were over by this tree or something, like they were peeking out from behind, but no, they're literally just standing right there. This time it's one of the quads on campus, specifically between 4 of the major lecture halls. And sure enough, the person in the wolf skull mask is there too. They're closer to the camera than the first picture, but they're still far enough away to be obscured. Again, no one else in the photo seems to notice or care about them. As the saying goes, once is happenstance, twice is coincidence, 3 times is enemy action. I mean, I'm going to be completely honest, I've never heard that saying before. If I get another photo like this, I'll know that this is something far more serious than someone sending to the wrong number. For now, I quit out, shake my head to clear my thoughts, then get up from my desk to fix dinner. After scarfing down my meal, it's right back to my computer. Jeez, it's like I'm looking in a mirror. I mess around online until 11 p.m. Okay, never mind, no longer a mirror. I'm pretty much dead by 10. At which point, I turn everything off and get ready for bed. My phone makes a noise the instant my head hits the pillow. Could it be? Damn it, another picture. I recognize the location as the 3rd floor of the university's main library. That's where Shiwan and I usually study together in one of the meeting rooms. This picture doesn't show said rooms, but it does have the wolf skull individual again. They're peeking out from behind one of the stacks of books as if they were playing hide and seek. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. At this point, I have to face reality. This is no longer a case of getting messages meant for somebody else. Somebody's deliberately sending me these photos. But why? If it's an elaborate prank, then it has stopped being the fun kind. Are they trying to unnerve or threaten me into doing something? Could whoever they are be stalkers? Wouldn't be the first time something like this has happened at Waterfall. The university has an interesting history, to say the least, but none of that helps me now. So I have to decide what to do. Rather, assess what I can do about this. There's no phone number to block or report, which is what I'd normally do in this kind of situation. My only lead is that the Malo app could be related in some way. Oh, really? Oh gee, I'm starting to get all these really weird and random photos with some sort of weird creature in them on my phone after a whole bunch of weird stuff is happening to said phone after I downloaded a mysterious app online that seemingly disappeared after I downloaded it. I mean, granted, I'm no genius, but I like to think that at least I would be a little quicker on the uptake here. Check the list of apps on my phone. Nothing. No sign of Malow. Maybe I should back up my data, then fully reset my phone? Oh, the first choice. Okay. You know, I mean, I want to actually see what's going on in the story, like where it goes. Because I know that the game isn't anywhere near complete. I think from when I saw one of the, like, dev posts on the itch.io page, they were talking about how there's going to be an update in, like, either August or September. I mean, we're going to have to see, but you know what? This is a visual novel. I can save. Oh, I don't want to skip save. Let's not reset my phone for now. If the Malo app is on my phone and fully hidden, it's likely that it has a way of surviving a factory reset. And that's one way of trying to logic your way out of it. That would make resetting my phone a massive waste of time. That'll make resetting my phone a massive waste of time. I'll have to brainstorm other options. Sighing, I set my phone aside, pulled the covers, and try to get some sleep. It takes me a bit to nod off, but once I do, I get a blissful 7 hours of rest. I'm awoken in the morning by my phone's alarm. When I go to silence it, I'm greeted by an unwelcome image. Yep, that's the student lounge where I sometimes nap between classes. And you're just sitting right there. Okay. And guess who's in the middle cubicle looking right at the camera again with glowing red eyes? I swipe away the disturbing photo and stare at my home screen. Why is this happening to me? What am I supposed to do? That's when I notice the notification from my news app. It auto-flags tech articles from the local news outlets so I can keep up with current events. I thumb over to the news app and open it up. Alert. App malware steals bank accounts. I'm greeted with an article about someone's bank account being compromised. What stands out immediately is that all 20 of the affected people downloaded a new app the previous day. And like the Malo app, this one disappeared from the store and showed no signs of being installed. The article goes on to list out the damages in thousands of dollars. Did my accounts get hit too? And that'd be really weird. Like, just to rub salt in the wounds, you get hacked. Not only did they steal all the money from your bank account, they literally just start sending you photos to like surroundings with like some sort of monster in it, just like to freak you out. I mean, that's just mean. I rush over to my computer to check my bank. I don't trust my phone at this point. While frantically typing in my username and password, I breathe a sigh of relief. All of my money is where it should be. There's not much of it left over from my internship, but it's still there. Again, I know the pain. Just to be on the safe side, I make sure two-factor authentication is set to use methods other than the ones involving my phone. I also changed my reset questions so they aren't guessable. There's not much else I can do on that front, but at least I know to watch my account for any suspicious activity. Speaking of suspicious activity, something's not adding up. Why would she want to recommend such a malicious app? I should ask her about it. She was hacked! Don't you understand, man? Anyway, do you recommend me the Malow app to me yesterday? Huh? Yesterday? I didn't text you yesterday. I was busy with prep for the wedding. You're sure no one got a hold of your phone? No one of me has touched my phone. Then how did I get these messages? Don't know. That's really weird. Those aren't in my message log. All I can tell you is that I didn't send those. What's this Malo app thing? Did you download it? Unfortunately, yes, long story. When will you be back? Not until the 9th. Why? Are you in trouble? Maybe, maybe not. Could be all an elaborate prank by some hacker. Don't worry about it. Enjoy the wedding. Yeah, I don't think you're doing anything other than just stressing her out. I hope I didn't freak She-One out. I probably should have thought things through instead of replying off the cuff. Oh well, I can't do anything about it now. Same goes for the wolf skull issue. I have an 8 a.m. class coming up. I have to be there, even if I don't understand half the lecture material. Sure enough, I'm lost and copying notes blindly within 20 minutes. I'll just have to hope I'm able to decipher things with She-One's help when she gets back. The main issue is the sheer amount of material being presented in the 2-hour lecture. Adding on to that, it's a GTA presenting and not the usual professor, and the whole situation is a losing battle. What does GTA mean? I mean, granted, I went to college for video game design, so we never really had lectures like this. And speaking of losing battles, my phone dings. I feel like I already know what it's going to be. When I glance at the screen, I see the food court once more. And sure enough, the wolf skull is present. But something's changed. Instead of the vaguely humanoid shape they've been up to this point in all the photos, they have a mostly defined body. They're still partially made of shadow, but the curves of the body indicate they're a woman. She doesn't have the red eyes of the last photo, which is slightly better for my psyche. How do I feel about this change situation? Yeah, it's slightly better. I mean, it's no longer a vague smoke monster. Now it's a person in a mask. It's kind of an ego boost that a girl is interested enough in me to go this far. Okay, I wasn't thinking of it that way. Still, acting like a stalker and taking this possible prank too far is a bit much. Nothing I can do about it at the moment. And even worse, I've lost the thread of the lecture in the minute or so I spent staring at my phone. I try to resume taking notes, but I can't focus. Between the course of material flying over my head and the most recent picture, I can't concentrate. I end up surfing the net trying to find if anyone else out there has experienced something similar to the Malo app or a stalker like this. I waste time in that fashion until the lecture comes to an end. And that will be all. Professor Barwald is still on leave of absence due to familial emergencies, so the exam scheduled for next week will be postponed. In its place, we've already given you an extra assignment to cover That gap in the syllabus. Great. That means Shiwan and I are going to be scrambling even more than when she gets back from her trip. For now, I pack up my things and head to my next lecture. To get there, I have to pass through the same quad that was in the second photo sent to me. As I pass through, I'm constantly looking around trying to spot something watching me or following me. It's not gonna help, dude. Nothing and no one stands out despite me keeping my head on a swivel. My nerves are fraying bit by bit. I can only hope my next class can distract me. The lecture goes much better as it's an out-of-major elective I took on a whim. Sure, the professor has an accent thicker than tar, but I can actually follow his rants about modern media in relation to the classics. It's a nice palate cleanser after the deluge of nonsense I endured earlier in the day. Deluge of nonsense. I love that. I just love that phrasing. By the time things wrap up, I'm in a far better mood. There's a gap in my schedule where I can grab lunch and relax for an hour before I have another in-major hell to suffer. I swing by the main food court, though not merely for food. I want to see if I can figure out where the wolf skull photos were taken from. Failing that, I could try asking some of the employees in the background of those photos if they saw anything. A few minutes of searching, and I think I know the general area where the camera must have been to snap those photos. That leads me to asking around to see if anyone remembers seeing a wolf skull girl. It being lunchtime doesn't help the food court's workers' moods when I try asking about and showing them the photos. More than once, I'm told to F off and quit holding up the line. Even when a rare employee does give me the time of day, they don't remember seeing anyone matching that description. I give up asking around before the entire food court thinks I'm insane. I wonder if Wolf Skull Girl, or whoever is behind her, is photoshopping themselves into otherwise normal photos. I mean, that could be an option. It's just, anomalously photoshopped. I won't know for sure until I get more photos as points of comparison. For now, I grab some food and go outside to eat. Right as I toss my trash in the can, that terrible sound comes from my pocket. Well, I'd recognize that lecture hall anywhere, especially after spending my morning in it. The place is completely empty, meaning my tormentor is the only one in the scene. Does that mean they're tracking me somehow? Or is it coincidence that they're picking somewhere I've been recently? Not like I can ask them even if I wanted to. Yeah, that's the thing about Malo. So initially, it just shows like pictures where you've been recently, and then as it goes on, it starts showing you pictures of places you've been more recently, and it comes closer and closer until I think near the end, before it fully manifests into you seeing Malo in like reflective surfaces, and like it'll see like pictures from you behind of Malo, like behind you or something like that, and you turn around and there's nothing there, and it's like, ah! I can't just smash or dish my phone, as much as that might solve my problems. Some of the internships I applied to recently have a more old-fashioned process. That means I need to be able to answer my phone instead of going through email or virtual meetings. I also don't have enough money to buy a new phone, even if I wanted to. Ugh, today sucks. Really sucks. And it's only going to get worse when my next class starts. By the time the lecture finishes, my brain is completely fried. At this point, I've run out of F's to give about pretty much everything. I'd go F shopping, but there's no more F's left to buy. Wait a second, is this a reference to that song?
I tried to go fuck shopping, but there's no fucks left to buy.
The only cure is making something nice for dinner at home and vegging out for the rest of the evening. By the time my phone goes off again, I've barely recovered enough energy to care to look at the screen. Wolf Skull Girl is in Central Park. I occasionally take walks there, but haven't been there since last week. Good for her. Now, if only she would leave me the hell alone. The remainder of my evening is a complete wash. I end up climbing into my bed feeling utterly defeated by the world. I debate whether to leave my phone on or not. I can't get pictures if my phone's off. Well, let's leave the phone on through the night, see what happens. I could turn my phone off, but I doubt it'd matter in the long run. All they'd accomplish is delaying what feels like the inevitable at this point. Hopefully Wolf Skull Girl won't bury me in photos while I'm out. My dream, really a nightmare, is of running from Wolf Skull Girl across a dark cornfield. I awake in a cold sweat a few minutes later before my alarm would usually go off. When I check my phone, there's a photo waiting for me. Looks like she's in the main computer lab now. Any computer science major would recognize the Emporium. For once, she's not looking directly at the camera. Instead, her side is turned as she focuses on a computer screen. I'm morbidly curious what she could be doing. I set my phone down and start my morning ritual. When I return to grab it, an entirely new photo is on my phone screen. She's right outside my apartment. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out what she's wearing here. So, I mean, it looks like she's wearing some sort of dress. I rush over to the window and carefully peek out of the curtains. There is no one on the street where the photo could have been taken. She has to be tracking me somehow. There's no doubt in my mind now. I turn off my phone for good, but all that do is cut me off from any family, friends, and employers trying to contact me. I can't talk to Shiwan right now while she's away. I can't go to the police, they won't believe me. Yet I have to do something or I'll go insane. It's a good thing I don't have any classes today, otherwise the furniture barrier I make against the front door would be an issue. Wolf Skull Girl won't be getting me through the pile of stuff, not unless she's a ghost or comes through a second-story window. Still, it takes me some time to calm down long enough to handle breakfast. My phone deliberately lays out of reach. I dread even looking at its general direction. I'm on edge. So on edge, in fact, that I let out a high-pitched yelp when my phone goes off. Please don't be another photo. Please. Thank God it's just a news article notification. Peacemaker firmware corruption leads to 1 dead. Pacemaker, not peacemaker. Or is it? On the surface, it reads like your average medical mishap report where someone's pacemaker broke and they ate dirt. The troubling thing is that the breakdown occurred due to the pacemaker's firmware being corrupted. Firmware shouldn't randomly corrupt like that. If something was running an update that failed, then maybe, but otherwise firmware stays, well, firm. And as the news article points out, only certain devices are authorized to communicate with something like a pacemaker. The authorized device also has to be in close proximity to the pacemaker. You couldn't update the thing from across the room. But what stands out is the only such device capable of such found in the victim's room was their phone. With all that's happening to me since downloading Malo, I can't help but wonder. Could another mysterious app be behind this death? Is this death somehow related to the financial thefts in the news yesterday? Even more to the point, if everything is related, what does that mean for me? Questions. All I have are questions and paranoia. Lots of paranoia. It's getting to the point where I'm Googling the signs of schizophrenia and nervous breakdowns in the hopes that all this isn't real. Because if it is real, I can't finish that sentence. I shudder at the thought. This has to be a prank gone too far, right? I'm nobody. No one. I have nothing of value. No connections to anybody important. Why target me? My mind is racing. My heart feels like it would burst out of my chest. I can't focus on anything. Adrenaline has me stuck in fight or flight mode. I nearly throw my phone out the window when it dings again. Thank God she's not outside my apartment any longer. Okay, so this pose. Is she trying to be flirtatious here? She's back in the student lounge, albeit far more prominent than before. Her red eyes have returned as well. Red... Okay, so what is that? Because I know... Wait, does Malow have naturally red eyes? No, yeah, that's the thing. The red eyes are weird. Because it usually, Malow's depicted with just white eyes. Like, black scalia, and like white pupil, I guess? That glow? So there's something going on here. What is this? Maybe I should reconsider turning off my phone. I'd miss any important text or calls, but at this point, isn't my sanity more important? Should I turn off my phone? Sanity's overrated. I have the feeling that, one way or another, Wolf Skull Girl is going to make herself known. Getting pictures of her might be what keeps her from escalating. I get the feeling that somehow, probably through the damn Malow app, she's able to tell if I'm seeing them. If that's the case, I can't just turn off my phone. That would just make things worse. Still, I should try and do something to break these spiraling thoughts. I turn to gaming in my office for the time being. It takes a few hours, but I'm able to relax and pretend like nothing's wrong. At least until my phone goes off. It's the food court again, and she's even closer to the camera. Again, yeah, she's being very flirty. Oh my god, wait a second, I just noticed. The tail, it's fuzzy. Is her tail wagging? That's, okay, I admit, that's kind of adorable. Is it my imagination, or is she smiling? I mean, again, it's all in the eyes. I don't think the skull can really do that much emoting. She can smile all she likes. I'm definitely not going to anytime soon. I return to my digital world, but my heart's not in it. I keep expecting my phone to chime at any moment, bringing with it a new photo. The good news is I don't get another photo until after I've laid down in bed, but that's also the bad news. The library again, closer to the camera, and she's so swearing. Is she dancing? Is that what she's doing? Is she getting excited that we're letting her, her connect to him so much? That's definitely a smile if I've ever seen one. Wait a second. Are those just, marks on the skull, or is that a blush? So much for sleeping soundly tonight. I don't get much sleep, but at least I don't have nightmares. Even better, there's no new photos waiting for me when I wake up. Just a news article notification. AI is here to stay. Looks like one of Professor Ballwart's colleagues is in the news for an opinion piece on AI. I've never met Professor Zelen in person since AI isn't my focus, but I know they do a significant amount of research at the Institute. Zelen's of the opinion that we should embrace AI, that it's a Pandora's box that can't be sealed. I just wish that everybody who's trying to use it wasn't doing it purely to screw everybody else over. They go on to say that there's the potential for greatness if humanity as a whole focuses on training and enhancing AI systems. I don't necessarily agree or disagree with Zelen's points. I just know that the tech field has to manage AI going forward. Again, though, AI isn't my focus, so I'm not overly concerned. Someone much smarter than me can make sure HAL 9000 doesn't kill all of us with pictures of poorly drawn hands. I'm about to get out of bed and get ready for my 8 a.m. class when that happens again. Oh, okay! Also, at this point, you have to realize, you can see her feet, dude. Those are not human feet. You have to realize this is not just somebody in a costume. She's in my living room, on my couch. How did she get in here? I toss my phone aside and beeline for the baseball bat I keep next to my bed. I strain my ears as I creep out of my bedroom, down the hall towards the living room. There's not a single peep, and when I arrive in the room, there's no sign of anyone. Even the furniture barricade from yesterday is as I left it. Just to be on the safe side, I check my apartment, top to bottom. None of my cupboards or closets holds Wolf Skull Girl, and yet my phone rumbles from the bedroom. Maybe I should smash the effing thing. No, I have to know. I have to know where this demon is! She's in my office now, looking at my computer. I rush in, weapon ready to defend my pride and joy! Nothing. She's nowhere to be found. Now the bathroom? What is she doing hiding behind the shower curtain? I just realized, okay, that's definitely blush. She is blushing. And she's hiding behind the shower curtain. I can't tell. Does it look like she's still wearing the dress, or is that her tail that's casting the other shadow? Because if not, then she's using the shower curtain for a very particular reason. As soon as I ask that question in my head, why is she in the bedroom now? At this point, I'm running from room to room, chasing after a ghost. Strangely, I don't flinch when I get to the next photo. At least she's staying in the bedroom now. Though it's weird. The picture shows her all bundled up in sheets. but I can clearly see that nothing on my bed has been disturbed. Though none of my senses can detect her, I decide to try speaking to the seemingly empty room. Look, I'm about a minute away from smashing my own head in with this bat. What the F do you want from me? Why are you doing this? Please tell me, I'm begging you. Make this make sense. My phone makes a new noise, one I've never heard before. When I look at the screen, I see that the camera has been turned on. And wouldn't you know it, Wolf Skull Girl is right in front of me, according to the live feed. She's just staring directly at me, unblinking and unmoving. Can you even understand me? Ears perk up. Okay, why are you messing with me? I mean, dude, the very fact that you're getting this weird, like, live ARG augmented reality feed, you gotta know something is real. Well, he already called her a demon, so I guess he understands that something is very wrong right now. She points in my direction. Yeah, that's not ominous at all. Is there something about me? Her eyes change slightly. You gotta love the subtlety of this drawing here. Like, the eyes just change that little bit. What then? My phone? Was it because of the app I downloaded a few days ago? Seems to be a yes. Are you designed to stalk people? Why are you angry with me? I'm the one being harassed here. This is going nowhere. I tried turning my camera off, but the app just relaunches right away. I also tried pointing the camera away from Wolf Skull Girl. She just moves to be in frame. Even when I point my camera straight up, she simply appears as if looming over me, looking downwards. What? Okay. My curiosity gets the better of me. I reach out toward where she's supposedly standing. I feel nothing. Via the camera, I see that my hand phases through her as if she were a hologram. Oh, her tail actually is wagging, okay. Her expression and wagging tail tell me it had some kind of effect on her, though. So I can't actually touch you, but you can still react as if I can? Interesting. Are you going to follow me around my apartment if I keep my phone on me? So that's a yes. I see. Well, now that we've established you're harmless except for draining my phone's battery, I think I'll have something to eat. Phone in hand, I head down the hall to the kitchen. Wolf Skull Girl glides backwards as I move so that she doesn't collide with me at any point. Once I reach the dining table, I set my phone down and flick out the little stand leg on the back. I then pour myself some cereal and sit down so I can see the screen. What, this? It's just food. You do understand I have to eat, right? Yeah, she's blushing. What does that mean in this context? I tell you to make yourself comfortable, but we've established you're not tangible. She nods once more, then begins inspecting my kitchen. She can't actually open my fridge or the cabinet doors, but that doesn't seem to stop her from sticking her head into them all the same. Watching her as I eat is strangely comical. Way better than watching some streamer while I chow down. Actually, that's the thing. I personally, I can't watch, like, live streams. I just find them too boring. I'm much more a fan of, edited highlight reels. Actually, that's one of the things. I love Jello Apocalypse because, like, many of their videos are just really well edited and animated, like, highlight reels from very funny streams. Oh, love it. What? She points at my fridge insistently. What about my fridge? She keeps pointing. Sighing, I get up and open the door. What? There's nothing. The scent of decay hits my nostrils and fills the kitchen. I nearly gag as I pinch my nose and search for the source of the stench. The culprit turns out to be my carton of milk. It's gone bad. Very bad. Good thing I'm the type of monster that doesn't need milk to eat cereal. That's the thing. You can. That's the thing. You don't need milk to eat cereal, but It's not very much a meal without the milk. I mean, without milk, it's just a snack. Good catch, Wolf Skull Girl, but how can you smell if you're not physically here? Much less through the fridge door. She doesn't even know, okay. Right. Let me just take this out to the trash then. Be right back. After a quick jaunt outside, I return to my phone. And, I mean, at this point, I mean, we've established some sort of rapport. Let's keep the phone with me. I figure that she's going to keep insisting I pay attention to her, like an attention-starved dog. And if the metaphor is more apt than I think, leaving her alone will just lead to more problems. Come on then, you can watch me flounder about trying to do homework. I settle into my office chair at my desk and then angle my phone so it's, perpendicular to me. That's the word. Wolf Skull Girl happily inspects the space given to her as I try to focus on doing something productive. Every once in a while, I glance at my phone screen to check in on her. She seems content to just stand there looking at me. It's eerie, don't get me wrong, but now that I know she's harmless, it doesn't freak me out as much as it should. I'm even able to make some headway on my homework. Yay, wonderful! By the time I finish, the sun's long gone down. I stretch, yawn, and look at my phone. Wolf Skull Girl is gone. I pick up my phone, twirling about so the camera can see every inch of my room. Nothing. No sign of her. Maybe she got bored and left? I shrug, pocket my phone, and head to the bathroom. Okay, I think I know what's going to happen here. I think we've passed the point of no return. After a quick shower, I go to brush my teeth at the sink. And when I see her, she's right behind me in the mirror's reflection. Yep, there we go. Oh, and she speaks. Help me. Congratulations on reaching the 90-hour mark. At this point, you're stuck with Mallow. I hope you've enjoyed this alpha version of the demo. The full VN. Oh, full visual novel. Okay, I thought that was talking about something with voice, which, I mean, that would be nice. The one thing I hate about visual novels is actually having to read everything. Especially, you know, reading it aloud for, you know, a YouTube video. The full VN will cover the truth behind Mallow and all the twists, turns, and secrets that come with it. My hope is that you're interested enough to follow and support this project as we continue dev work on it. You can check out here and support on the Patreon. Until next time, ciao. Well, there we go. That was the game. And again, hopefully the next update will be here in, was it either next month or by September? So yeah, we're gonna have to see. So I mean, if I remember, hopefully I remember to check out this game when the next update comes by. Because even just now, I mean, of course there's still the problem, which again, cross that bridge when I get to it. But I mean, just the idea that you're following the person of somebody who's stuck with Mallow, and they're potentially going to try to, you know, evidently help her. I mean, yeah, I definitely want to see where this goes. Oh, you know what I just remembered? The whole thing with Mallow, like on the SCP page, there's a picture of like one of the pictures that Mallow sent to another person. And apparently it's in black and white, but that's actually a real photo. That's a guy in a cosplay suit. I forget what their like character's name is, but that's somebody's fursuit actually. Like, I think it's supposed to be a zombie, you know, obviously, but still, really weird. So, yeah, that'll definitely be it for now. So, of course, as always, link to the game's page will be in the description down below. And yeah, I hope you guys liked. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you have not. If anybody has any suggestions for, you know, other, like, one-off games that they'd like to see me play, I mean, throw them, list them in the comments. I mean, I'm always open to suggestions, but yeah, that'll be it for now. So, I hope you guys liked. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
I've no more fucks to give, and my fucks are running dry. I tried to go fuck shopping, but